Hello, Daily Dose of Danny followers. Oh my gosh, it's been days. There's just been so much going on. We had some issues, and my sister flew in, and that was like a whole thing. And so I haven't been able to really vlog on the daily. But I have a lot to talk about. First of all, this whole thing on my face, it's mask knee. Mask knee. That's a real thing. It's from wearing a mask. It's acne from wearing a mask. It's mask knee. So at least I know what it is. I'm not allergic to anything, and I can still use my pillow spray, although I haven't been sleeping great. Okay. So I'm going to do a whole rant on the healthcare system. And because I hate the current president, I'm going to blame him. Even though my insurance hasn't changed a bit, I'm still blaming him. Okay. So let's just do a quick recap. I was in the hospital. I had a stroke on February 26th at home. I went to the hospital. They said, yes, you've had a stroke, and it was a moderate stroke in the midbrain, da-da-da-da-da. You had a stroke. The left side of my body was affected. I also was septic with pneumonia, so my body was completely shut down. My hemoglobin was rock bottom. My blood pressure was rock bottom. I was very sick, although I did not feel sick. Didn't have a temperature. I thought I felt great until I had a stroke. Then I didn't feel great, of course. So I was in the hospital from February 26th until March 4th or 5th. I can't remember. I got out one of those days. Anyways, while I was in the hospital, let me just tell you all the things they did to try to figure out what was wrong with me. They did CTs, MRI, X-rays. They did an ultrasound of my heart. They did a endoscopy to see if there was bleeding because my hemoglobin was so low. They just couldn't believe that it was low for no reason. I must be bleeding somewhere. And when I left, and of course this was pre-COVID, like people weren't really testing for COVID. They tested me for the flu, influenza A and B. And when they did the test, I said, am I going to get a coronavirus test? Because coronavirus was just new. They were just talking, and they were like, we're not testing for that. We don't have a test for that. But I did ask. I came home and started my recovery, physical therapy, da-da-da-da. I was still coughing. I was using 2 different kinds of inhaler. I was on new medication. I was on Lipitor to keep my everything flowing in my heart, because typically strokes are caused by, some plaque like breaks off and goes to your brain and causes a blood clot or whatever. But I was assured by my doctors that I didn't have high cholesterol, and like my heart was in really good shape. My heart was strong. This is what they told me. Now, where they're getting this evidence, I don't know, because I don't remember them doing a blood test for my cholesterol. So months go by, I'm doing PT, blah, blah, blah. I'm getting sort of better. I still have some issues with the left side. My foot's a little funky and my shoulder's a little jacked up. But I'm exercising, I'm swimming, like really no days off. I rarely am resting. Every day I'm doing at least 30 minutes of something aerobic, whether it's low impact or swimming 40 laps. But I'm still got this thing, right? This lung thing. So I go to a pulmonologist, and he says, let's do a CT and take a look at those lungs. Okay, good idea. So I go get the CT of my chest. The pulmonologist calls me, and he's like, your lungs look great. So this is just asthma, what you have. However, we see this other thing on the CT that's not in our wheelhouse. You need to call another doctor because you have 2 fractured vertebrae. Okay. So I call my primary care physician, and of course I talk to the receptionist. I say, I had a CT, blah, blah, blah. This thing showed up. I'm sure when Dr. Madelon gets the report, he's going to call me, and I'll wait for that call. She's like, yeah, let him look at it before you try to make an appointment. Okay. In the meantime, I text my surgeon that did my repair when I originally broke my neck, because we're friends. And I was like, Dr. Eichbaum, can you look at the results of my CT and tell me what you think of these 2 T5 and T7 compression fractures that I have? So I go and pick up the thingamajig, the little whatever CD, and I mail it to him. to his home. He calls me. He called me on Saturday. And he said, so yeah, there are compression fractures, tell me what's been going on. He goes, it sounds like you were really sick. And, they're fractures, but usually in the thoracic spine, it's so well protected by the ribs and the sternum. Like, it's not really a place that moves around a lot. So I'm not really sure there's anything to do except just wait for them to heal, which they should potentially heal on their own. Continue with the physical therapy and make sure you're working on things to keep your posture good, so you don't develop a stoop or anything. And, check back with me. He said, but on that same CT, he said, I can see some of my repair and there's a lot of arthritic changes there. I'm way more worried about that than I am about these 2 fractures. He's telling me while I'm driving over to my nephew's house to pick up my great niece, and I'm in the car with Leah and Grace, and they don't exactly know where he lives, so I'm trying to give them directions and listen to Dr. Eichbaum, and I'm not doing a great job, quite frankly. I'm distracted. But he says to me, I said, I have all this back pain, and it's really painful. Like, it's hard for me to lie down in the bed at night. Like, my back hurts, and I'm having this weird chest pain in the front, like my left side, that it's like chest pain, like kind of under my boob and like around the side and into the back, and sometimes it goes up my neck. And he goes, okay, well, that's concerning. I think that you should go and get an MRI and, try to rule out a tumor and all that stuff, because I don't see anything on the CT, he says, but that could be a possibility. So talk to your primary care physician. So I'm like, okie dokie, I'm going to do that. Talk to my primary care physician. Ha ha. No, I really am. Okay, so that was on Saturday. Now on Monday, I actually read the report that I had sent to Dr. Eichbaum. I read the report, and it talks about these cardiovascular changes that there's some concern about, which the the pulmonologists who ordered the CT never mentioned that. They mentioned the compression fractures, never mentioned this cardiology stuff. My next door neighbor happens to be a world-renowned cardiologist. I mean, world-renowned, like he's been on CNN. He's super into research. He's brilliant. So, and I also have his number because it's important to have numbers of doctors. So I text him, I go, Dr. Dar, would you mind looking at the results of my CT? And tell me what you think about these abstract cardiovascular changes that they're talking about. So he's like, yes, I'm happy to do it. So he goes to look at the report, but apparently someone hit a power pole outside the building and the power was off, so he couldn't look at the report. So he's like, this was on Friday. So he's like, is it okay if I call you on Monday? Sure, whatever, who cares? It's not like I'm worried about it, because what could it possibly be? So are you still with me? So I had the CT on Monday. The pulmonologist office called me on Tuesday. They said, call someone about the fractures. I called my primary care physician, but never spoke to him, was waiting for him to call me back. Texted Dr. Eichbaum, sent him the films. He called me on Saturday. So on Monday, I get a text message from Dr. Dar. He says, can I call you and talk to you? I don't like what I'm seeing. That's always concerning. So while I'm waiting to call him, I'm recording my vlog, and that's when I said my vlog ended abruptly because the phone rang. The phone call was Dr. Dar. This is what he says. It looks to me like your pulmonary artery is clogged, like 80% clogged. It's calcified. Excuse me. So I want you to go get this special CT that measures the calcium in all the arteries. So I go to get the CT, calcium CT. He calls me the next day. It's a lot of phone calls with Dr. Dar, and he says, this isn't good. So you look for a score of under 400 when you get this calcium CT. And my score was 229. All the others were 0, but this one pulmonary artery, which actually I've seen the model of the heart. It goes right over the front of your heart. It lays on top of your heart. It's an artery, so that means it's taking blood away from your heart, right? Away from the heart into the lungs. So he's like, I'd like you to come in. I want to talk to you. I want to see you. Like, this is concerning. There's some shit going down. I'm freaking out. obviously I'm a stress case. Like, what's wrong with my heart? All of a sudden, I now have heart problems. When I was in the hospital and they were doing ultrasounds of my heart and all these CTs, no one fucking made mention of it. No one said a fucking word about it. But now all of a sudden, I've got like an 80% blockage that I never even knew I had, that no one seemed to give a shit about before if they ever saw evidence of it. So I say to Dr. Dar, I'm happy to come see you. I can come tomorrow. I want you to review all my previous CTs that I've had. Like, this is fucking pissing me off. That's exactly what I said to him. So now Boyd's freaking out. You know, he's thinking, oh my God, the bitch is going to die on me. I just got her out of the hospital. Now she's going to go back in. He came with me to the appointment. So let me just give you the background of Dr. Dar. He's very loquacious. He's the data guy. He likes data. So when I go in there, he's like, I reviewed your CT from 2016. Okay, that's 4 fucking years ago. I had a chest CT because I had pneumonia then. He goes, and they clearly mentioned that there's evidence of plaque. He goes, let's look at the CT. Holy fuck nuts. We break down the CT. There's fucking plaque everywhere. It's all over the place. It's free flowing. It's like in every fucking vein, artery. Looks like it's in the fucking capillaries. It's everywhere in my body. Everywhere. In 2016. He goes, and your cholesterol was 250. Your good cholesterol is astronomically high, but your total cholesterol is 250. Your triglycerides are negligible. Like it's not like from fatty. He goes, this seems like it could be like a hereditary condition. Well, I know that Judy's dad died of a coronary disease, and I know that she had some heart issues, but whatever. That's irrelevant. This was done in 2016. Where's my primary care physician? Why isn't he saying to me, Danny, what the fuck? You need to go on Lipitor and all these things that ACE inhibitor, things that you would do when you see this in a person who's me. Like, that's a failure of the system. I'm pissed about that. Of course, he was looking at the CT because of my chest because I had pneumonia. That doesn't matter. That's like you walk in with a broken nose and all they do is look at your nose. They don't realize that your eyeball's hanging out. That's Western medicine for you. You need to take care of the total person. Okay, I'm a person with rheumatoid arthritis, advanced rheumatoid arthritis. Hello. I've got sarcoidosis of the kidney, so I have another autoimmune disease. I've had all these joint replacements. I'm frail. I'm fragile. I've got issues with my anemia up and down. I constantly get pneumonia, bronchitis. I've got asthma now. Like, why aren't you taking care of me? Back in 2016. So Dr. Dar, that's the cardiologist, says to me, you know, potentially a piece of this plaque like flicked off and caused your stroke. That's how most strokes happen. He goes, but let's talk about this coronary artery. It's fucking blocked. He goes, and usually it takes like 10 years to get that much blockage in there. So now I'm like pissed. I'm angry about no one caring about it in 2016, but I'm also angry because I'm a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian for 3 years. I exercise. Even before this last quarantine exercise program that I've been on, I mean, I was always active. It's not like I laid in bed all day. I mean, I'm an active person. I'm busy. I'm going to soccer. I'm walking. I went to Paris. You know what I mean? Like, I'm active. I don't just sit around like a flub. But I watch my diet. You know, I don't drink. I talk about drinking a lot, but I really don't drink. I mean, if I have one cocktail a week, it's a deal. Like, even in quarantine, like, I just don't drink. Like, I drink at events. Like, I'm a binge drinker. Like, if I go to like a wedding or something, I drink. But I don't sit around drinking all day. I don't drink every day. I don't even drink every week. I go sometimes months without having a sip of cocktail. I'm not a drinker. I don't smoke. I've never smoked. Like, I take care of myself. This is fucking bullshit. I'm pissed. When I told him I'm pissed, I said, am I going to drop dead of a heart attack? Like, how scared should I be? I'm pretty scared. How scared should I be? And he's like, I don't want you to change anything except no one's in love with me driving now. My daughter's afraid to drive with me. My husband thinks I shouldn't be driving. You know, I got a new car. My car's big. It's a big luxury sedan. And, you know, my movement's a bit compromised. But everyone's worried about, you know, am I going to throw a stroke? Am I going to have a coughing fit? Am I going to... So I'm talking to him about this chest pain that I'm having, and he's like, you know, your EKG looks good. My examination of you is good. Like, I think that's muscle skeletal. I don't even know what that word is. So he's telling me he's not worried about this chest pain, which I'm completely worried about it, that it's in the front, left side goes to the back. I'm a wreck over it. But he says there's no indication that it's my heart. Except I'm severely compromised, apparently, in my heart. My heart's a piece of shit. Why didn't they see that on the ultrasound? That's another thing. I'm in the hospital, got a CT and an MRI, and nobody fucking saw this big 80% blockage. And they did an ultrasound of my heart. And he goes, well, they were just looking at the structure and the function of your heart. Okay. You just close your eyes to what you don't care about? That's just, it's wrong. It's fucking wrong. I'm pissed about that. So he's like, limit your driving. I don't want you driving long distances or all day or anything. I mean, you can drive here and there. Continue with your physical therapy, but be careful. Like, I don't want you overstressing yourself. What the fuck does that mean? So I just texted him the other morning and I said, can I still do my exercise? I want to do my swimming. He goes, yes, you can do that. And my physical therapist said to me, try to keep your heart rate under 120. Just because right now we don't really know what's up. Okay, so on Wednesday, July 1st, I'm going in for this nuclear study stress test. It's like a 2.5 hour fucking, let's take a look at your heart. Let's stress it. They're going to stress it chemically, like with an IV. I don't have to run on the treadmill, which I'm open to do that. But he said, no, we'll do it the other way. Anyways, I'm a wreck. I'm a complete and total fucking wreck. It's just so unfair. Because I really do try to take care of myself. And I've added in all this extra exercise, like no days off, like 30 days, 30 minutes a day. I mean, I did take a break one day because I was really having a lot of pain and my physical therapist said it's too much. Because I also do my physical therapy routine, which is a whole routine over and above my exercise program. And like I said, I have a really good diet. I mean, we hired a chef to come in and cook for us 2 days a week to make sure that I'm getting really good protein sources because I'm a vegetarian. Like, he's doing all these special things just to make sure that I get what I need. I mean, he also makes dessert, but I'm not a big dessert person. We do dessert 1 day a week, and like we did dessert last night, and it was just decadent as fuck. I mean, no one can finish it. It's too much. But I just, like, what's going on? Like, why do I have to deal with this right now? And then what am I going to find out on Wednesday? If I don't pass the stress test, what does that mean? Are we putting a stent in? I mean, do we care that it's 80% clogged with hard calcium? Plus there's all this other free-flowing fucking plaque everywhere, like soft plaque, as he called it. What the fuck? It's a goddamn nightmare. And I have all this pain, like my physical therapist said it could be costochondritis, which is the inflammation of the, like kind of the cartilage connective tissue. But it's painful, like so painful. Like, I thought I was having a heart attack. That's what I thought. Before any of this happened, there was one day it was so bad, and I was thinking to myself, I got to go wake up Boyd. Like, I need to go to the hospital. I have a heart attack. Because I already have, breathing issues. I already can cough, sometimes up to an hour, hour and a half at night. Coughing, can't stop coughing. It's productive. I coughed while I was in the cardiologist's office, and Dr. Dar said, tell me about that cough. I said, well, I've been coughing for like 25 years. He goes, but that's productive. That's not right. But my lungs are clear. I mean, they're totally fucking scarred. You should see my lungs. The CT on my lungs. It's just like, looks like a goddamn, looks like a pinstripe suit. It's just striations of scar tissue in there from, my lungs are fucked up. But I'm still living the life. So anyways, I don't know anything except I know what I don't know. I know that Western medicine has failed me. I know that I'm mad at Dr. Madelon, who I love and adore, because like, whatever, like now I got to get my cholesterol way down. I don't even know how to do that. Like, how do I do that? What do I have to stop eating cheese? It's not like I eat a lot of cheese, but I do like cheese. Cheese is like in my diet. So no cheese now. I mean, it's not, I don't eat processed meats. I don't eat meat. I take in tons of spinach and leafy green vegetables and broccoli and I mean, it's a fucking nightmare. I don't eat bad food. So if this is a hereditary thing, then what? You're just fucking stuck with it? I mean, I know I have people that have heart people in their world that watch this. And it's just, I'm pissed. And then, of course, I had all this. Like I said, I got masked knee. And well, let's get some good news. Grace is going to get her tattoo right now. She's getting on her arm right here. She doesn't have this because she's young and nubile. She's getting the word resilient in typewriter font with a period. That's her second tattoo. She's going to get it. It has a 1:30 appointment. Leah this morning was FaceTiming with her roommate, Jane. I know it's weird to believe, but her roommate's name is Jane. They're trying to get into a dorm in Arizona. All the dorms are fucking taken. But she got a room. She's in, are you leaving?
Yeah, I'm leaving and Leah's coming with us.
Okay, go have fun.
Okay, I'll be back with a new tattoo.
Okay, love you, bye.
Dom says hi.
Hi, Dom. So she got her room. She's in the Apache Santa Cruz dorm. She's in the Apache side. It's a 3-story. She's in room 344, which I think is a good number. She's 2 rooms over from the restroom, which is an issue. She's so stressed about the bathroom. She wanted a suite set up so she could have her own bathroom, but she has community bathroom. It's a co-ed dorm, but not a co-ed floor, which is good. These things, what's going on with colleges? Why are they trying to make everything co-ed? Girls don't want to go to the bathroom next to boys. They don't want to walk in the bathroom and one guy's shaving and some guy's taking a shit and a girl's got a shower. That's fucking bullshit. We don't need to make our kids think that's normal. It's fucking normal. I've been married 27 years. I don't have any idea what his potty business is, and he doesn't know anything about mine. That's private. And she already uses a squatty potty, and she's all stressed about it because, of course, the bathroom stalls, the door doesn't go all the way to the floor. And I was like, fuck it. You know what? Take your squatty potty, go in there and use the bathroom. It's probably going to be a month before she can go to the bathroom. She has so many issues about going potty. I get that. I felt that same way. I don't even remember how I went to the bathroom when I was in college. Like, it couldn't have been a big deal. Obviously, you have to go to the bathroom. And like, I mean, I can kind of remember like walking in and all the stalls were empty and I was like, yes, I can go potty. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's private business. And they're trying to make it all like it's no big deal to potty next to boys. It's fucking a big deal. And co-ed dorms, I don't want guys anywhere near me. I want that to be a thing. Like I went to the boys' dorm for a party or, do you know what I mean? Like I went to visit my boyfriend in his boys' dorm. I don't think they should be commingling like that. I don't think you'll learn anything from that. I don't think it prepares you for anything. I think it could really cause you some issues like with personal embarrassment and like withholding your own personal bodily functions because you think they're private because that's what your mom told you because I'm your mom. I don't know, it's fucked up. Some ironic things though, Grace is also on the 3rd floor of her dorm. Her dorm's called Catalina. So, and are they going to change the name of the dorms in Arizona? It's Apache Santa Cruz. Is that like, do you know what I mean? Like, is that politically correct or socially correct? I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's a lot to take in. I dumped a lot on you. I'm going to go call my primary care physician and I'm going to say, Dr. Madelon, you've disappointed me. I need you to take a better look at me. And I got to get my cholesterol down. I don't even know how to do it. I'm so stressed. Hopefully I do this stress test and I pass with flying colors. It doesn't change the fact that I have a artery that's 80% blocked. Maybe I'll have to put a stent in. I know that's like common surgery, like fucking put a stent in, who cares? Cath lab, do it. It's no big deal. But it's a big deal for me because apparently this has been growing for 10 years and no one fucking noticed it. In the millions of CAT scans that I've had, millions, literally, when Dr. Dar pulled up my record, it was this long. And he said, you know, I'm a data guy, so he's going to he's going to take all that information and put it over into a different thing and make a chart and a graph and shit. Carry on. If you come back to me and say that this miraculously happened over the last 2 years, I'm going to feel a little different about it than I feel right now which is when I was 47. This was starting to happen to me. Those were the glory years. And then what about HRT? What about hormone replacement therapy? Like, I was on that for 5 years, and I went off of that like 2 years ago. Should I have stayed on that? Is that heart protective? And if it is, why did my gynecologist say, yeah, fucking go off of it? Who cares? If you're not having hot flashes anymore, if you don't need it. And my boobs got huge when I was on the HRT, and I fucking hated that. That was another reason I wanted to go off of it. But I still have, like, the menopause, menopause weight gain. Like, I want to get rid of that. I don't know. It's so, I just can't even express to you what I'm feeling right now inside my body, within my body. I'm just like, you fucking piece of shit. Every time I turn around, you're fucking rebelling against me. Why do you hate me so much? I'm your vehicle to get out in the world. Without me, body, you're not in the world. You're just stuck at home. I'm your person. Why are you trying to sabotage me at every turn? That's how I feel. You feeling me? It's fucked up. And I want to talk about other political things and white privilege and, police brutality and, community oversight and all kinds of stuff. What it's going to be like for these kids to go back to school. I want to talk about all of that. The bottom line is, put a fucking mask on, even if you get masked knee. Keep your circle small. Take care of your loved ones. Make love to your person. Meditate and pray. Things are in crisis right now. There's crisis everywhere. There's crisis popping up. This is my personal crisis, but that's a local crisis, and I'm talking about global crisis. I mean, I'm going to send a kid to Arizona, which those fuckers aren't even wearing masks. They're crazy as fuck nuts there. And that's where her college is. The other one's going to go to Orange County, where those goddamn rich white people just want to be able to go to the beach and go get an ice cream cone. Shut up. Put a mask on. Stay home. Now you're fucking with my kids. You hear me? I personalize something that's worldly, that's global. All right, 27 minutes. I gotta go. I need a nice shower, some deep breathing. I've already exercised this morning. Andy and I did an exercise routine at 10 a.m. We worked out with Daniel. At least I have him to look at. He's so cute. It's Friday, TGIF. I'm going to try to spend the weekend doing the things that I love, even though I have this pain right now. I still have it. Like, what's here? What's the organ that's right here? And could this organ be hurting me into my back? Is there a tumor in there? Probably is, because this fucking piece of shit body I got stuck with is just crap. It's just crap duct taped together. Okay, I'm going to go. I love you guys. I'm sorry that I wasn't a big vlogger this week, but my sister was here and there was a lot going on. But we got through it, and I spent so much time with my little great niece Corinne, and her mom's pregnant and going to have a baby, and that's so exciting. So my nephew PJ, he has Corinne, and Sarah's pregnant, so they're going to have another baby. And my niece Justine is married to Brandon. They have Declan, and she's pregnant. She's going to have another baby. So Andy's going to have 4 grandkids. Cheryl, you can relate to that. And their 2 kids, Justine and PJ's kids, are due they're 5 weeks apart. Their pregnancies are 5 weeks apart. Exciting, right? My sister Andy's talking about moving up here. Like, she says those kind of things. Would that be amazing? Sid will never move up here. She's San Diego. She's ride or die San Diego. She hates the weather up here in Sonoma County. Okay, I'm going to go. I love you guys. Bye.